You're not planning to waste my time.
Welcome to our new episode, guys. I don't know how you guys doing. Hopefully you guys are doing great. We were stuck in a COVID home last week. So, feeling much better, a bit high energy. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So last week, it was wild. COVID.
Still there.
But no one talks about it.
I feel like it's died down, but it's still happening now that it hit our family.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like, I knew that there was COVID still there, but I was like, okay, it's real, like it's happening to our family, like our loved ones, you know? But
Sure.
it was a good and bad experience. We spent a lot of time home cleaning.
Yeah.
Good experiences that we're home and not to go anywhere and
Sure.
not that tired of running around with parents and stuff with kids, but bad in a sense, kids were home and they're like, what do we do now? What do we do now? What's the next thing? And you're like, I'm kind of tired of being at home with the kids enclosed in a house and just not being able to get out, you know? Because you know if you have COVID, you're not going anywhere. Yeah.
Or you can.
You can, but don't. Don't expose other kids.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah. I mean, but before we get into, kind of a conversation today, just wanted to say thank you for everyone tuning in. It tuned in last week.
Yeah.
We'll tune in this week and blah, blah, blah.
And leaving comments and trying to actually communicate with us because we
Yeah.
would very much like some communication and like to know what you guys are thinking on your side. Because on this side, energy is really high and we're ready to put out stuff out for you guys.
We're talking to an iPhone.
Yeah.
Energies are very high. This week has been really, really tough. The weather's been gloomy. And I just feel like when the weather's gloomy, even though it's summertime, it still has an effect on you.
Yeah.
Right? It makes you feel like
Blue.
dookie.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
No. I could relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like if it's sunny out, I don't know, but like with me, if it's like nice out, I want to go out. Like I spend more hours outside, but it was just really cold and gloomy. But
Yeah. If it was up to me, I would move somewhere
Where
with
would you
a lot
move?
of sun, there was sun 24/7, man. I'm a big believer. California, but the price, bro. The price.
Yeah, prices kill you.
Yeah. I'm a big believer. So, you know what? Actually, I do want to talk to you about this. So, I'm a big believer in like the sun. Like, I want the sun year round. I live in a place where I get the sun for like 2 months.
With some sunscreen, please.
Yeah. So, it's a topic that we can discuss at a later date.
Okay.
But, talk to me. Tell me, like, 3 things that you've either purchased or you want, your desires, right?
At the moment?
At the moment. It could be something small, something big, right? I feel like in life, sometimes we're always fixed on, I want the next big thing. But you can appreciate the small things.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
So, talk to me, Gus.
3 things I like at the moment. What I've just purchased. Well, I don't know if it's even big or not, but I purchased shoes today and I'm like in love with them. Because I don't know, with this new trends coming along, like I was like totally like I feel like when you manifest something, I was like looking at these shoes and different people are like I like white shoes and I just had this thing like I want to get white shoes. So I went today and I felt like a school day where you just go and buy new uniform and school shoes and blah blah. That excitement you have. And I just was like, I have to do it today, and I went and got that done. And I felt accomplished. Did that one task on my list today.
Nice.
But yeah, that's something new I bought recently, which made me really happy.
Sure.
And something to basically like, it was like therapy because of the whole week we were just closed in the house and like it was just, the weather was like that. And I was like, what do I do? I just wanted to just be out and buy something for myself. So I went and bought shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it gave me a moment of happiness.
So retail therapy. You've said so many interesting things in there. What? So retail therapy, right?
Does it make you happy or does it actually just...
It doesn't make you happy in the long term, but it's okay to spend something on yourself. But this idea of manifestation, right? Talk to me. How do you? I mean, as somebody that
idea of
like
manifestation.
I have never thought about manifestation as being like a real thing. Like, how does that work?
I think it's a real thing. I don't know. Some people believe it's like they actually believe in this. Like every morning they read the affirmations. They're like, oh my God, this is gonna happen. If we say it, it's gonna happen. I kind of am a strong believer of something like that. Recently, I just started like reading up on it a lot. But I feel like if you put it out in the universe, it happens for you. But I feel like it's also that if you just keep positive vibes around you and like you just keep saying positive things, like it's gonna happen. And I feel like your brain just works for it.
Sure.
Like you just like you're training your body like mentally, like you're training slowly. Okay, I'm gonna get to this. I want this in my life.
Yeah.
You like if you that's what people do. Like they just kind of like start thinking that they want. If you take an example, start thinking from a small thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Take an example of a shoe. Like you want it, you're manifesting that I want it, and then you're like all you see is that thing. You like want it and kind of work for it. You slowly get you save up to get something, or I feel like you just put it out.
Yeah.
And it happens. And if you take it on the religious side, it's like say good things and good things will happen.
I'm sure many religions have this belief.
Yeah. But there's a whole community of people who believe like manifestation is real, and they actually have these pages, and you can go and like read daily. They affirm things, and they're like, you say yes if you want to, be millionaire. Yes.
That's it. So, from my perspective and the way my brain works, it seems like this is like the new, so organized religion, right? And when I say organized religion, I'm talking about like Christianity, Judaism, Islam. How when you remove that, human beings still have this need to believe in something. And so now it becomes the law of manifestation, attraction. Right? But it's just, it's very interesting. Like, this is the nature of man, right? Yeah. They could believe in science, right?
But so let me ask you this.
Sure.
You could be of any religion and still believe in these things, right? You have to actually take the religion out of you.
That's a great point.
Because, whatever religion I am, but I also believe in these things. I strongly believe in it. And like I feel like it just gives me a sense of hope. Like, yes, something good will happen, something to look forward to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
and that's completely different from religion, like part of it. Yeah. This is something just like for your self-improvement or self-growth. I think you just make it, you just put it out there, like something good will happen, or in a career, like I will get to this goal, or even in a day, something as small as in a day when you wake up, you say, I will do these things today. And those are your goals for the day.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, setting up goals for a year, maybe, like manifesting those goals.
Yeah. I don't know what, I think belief is a tricky word, right?
Okay.
Belief doesn't necessarily mean I believe in it like I believe in God, but it's a little optimism, it's a little positivity kind of running through your day. That makes it just a little bit better. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
It's like giving yourself boundaries.
Yeah.
Lists of things to do. Just imagine if you wake up in the morning and you have nothing to look forward to.
That's a shitty life. It sucks.
You have no goals, you have no tasks you have to do that day. Yeah. So that kind of like does not push you to think or push yourself to do anything.
You need some locomotion, man, in the right direction.
So that's what I think. I think like this is as small as putting a goal, a page, just write things down. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So man, I took you way off course.
You did. We were like, no, off track.
But
it's a good conversation.
Yeah,
enjoying this.
All right, so So what are the two other things that you kind of want, that you look forward to?
One other thing I'm looking forward to, we're planning a vacation. Not disclosing right now because I do not know where we're going or what we're going to do, but I feel like if you just say like, hey, let's go on a vacation, it's just like, okay, let's just do this, get this over with. It's just like a sense of excitement you get.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about that. But we don't know where yet because it's been hot here.
Yeah.
Or I don't know where yet because it's been hot here. And I can't make up my mind if I want to go on a beach or if I want to go on a hike. Two different scenes.
Yeah.
But I would rather not go in the hot.
Honestly, like growing up as a kid, I did go camping with my family.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a good experience. No?
It was a great experience for me. But as I grew older, those camping experiences became less and less and less. And I can't remember the last time I went, but
would you do that with your kids?
I would do that. I would do that with my kids for sure.
Just for the experience, or show them what your parents
I feel like to be connected, right, to something outside of the city, right, is huge, right?
Yeah.
And human beings, right? We didn't evolve. We didn't grow up in an environment where we were city dwellers, right?
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's been like for the past 2,000, if you want to be 3,000 years, if you want to be really generous.
Yeah.
But before that, we lived in like very rural communities.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So camping was like daily.
Even before that, right? Our lives were completely different, right?
Yeah. Now we think about, do we want to go?
And now we think about it. Yeah. So I really wonder where human beings are going to be in 1,000 years.
Futuristic.
Yeah, it's.
You think the cars will be like in the air?
I don't know.
It could be.
They had these.
I mean, who would have thought that? Okay, in the 1800s, or like not in the 1800s. Let's not go that back. When I was born,
Yeah,
in the 90s. I'm not that old, but yeah, who would have thought you would be able to see somebody so far away and talk to them at the same time and see their face?
I'm sure people theorized about it.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, but still.
There was a theory out there floating, right?
Somebody manifested that.
And somebody put it into action, right?
Somebody put it into action. And they're like, it could happen, why not? Let's make it work. And that's how it happened.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not sure.
That's my theory.
I'm not sure, how it exactly works, right? But it seems, when you do good, when you put good out in the world, right? Then good comes back to you, right? So, as you get older, right? Things that what you give importance to, they change, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so I really do feel like in the United States, right? We, how do you say this? We work to live.
Right.
No, it's the other way around.
We live to work. Yes.
We literally live to work.
Yes.
Right.
Your life is just revolving around work.
It revolves around
and what to do next.
Yeah. And so it's hard to take time out.
So it's exciting,
Yeah.
It's basically a very robotic life.
It's
like you wake up, then you do this, then you do this. And it's like a set thing every day, unless you are a very fun person.
But I don't like routine. Like, that's one thing. Honestly, that's one thing.
I don't like routine either.
No, I love routine.
I don't like a routine.
I'm beginning to, like, in my younger years, I was like, who needs routine, right? Every day should be brand new, right?
I'm still young enough. I'm not.
I'm not.
No, as much as I do not like routine, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
Routines are very important.
Yeah.
And I think as you do grow older, you kind of want to follow one, because if you don't, then it's kind of like chaos,
You need some sort, like, I'm a big believer in a morning routine. And my personality, right, it's so weird. I hate it. I feel like taking my personality and just, right? It's like,
I can do that.
It's like, man, I want to do so many things in my morning routine that I get, in a way, I get overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. And I'm just like, you know what, screw it.
And you don't do anything.
I'm not doing anything. Because it causes me so much, like, I'm like, I can't do it all.
And it doesn't show,
You know?
but in your brain, it's like, okay, there it is, okay. And then you just get overwhelmed by thinking of how many things you have to do in a day,
Yes.
and you do not get even one down.
And
that feeling of that feeling, you know?
I know.
Like when you know that you have to do all of this and you planned for it and you knew you're going to do it. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, okay, let's do this. And you're like, okay, I got this. And I think it's something to do
when
with...
do I rest?
There's no rest.
The brain does not rest in this
And
state
there's
of mind.
something to do with not being focused. So my theory on this is, if you have a morning routine, you know what to do, you wake up in the morning, you've got set rules, and then you're like, okay, I do this, focus on that one thing at a time, finish, and then next. And don't try to finish the whole thing. Sometimes there's honestly, as you grow older again, there's no energy levels are like that, like you were in 20s, you know?
I guess, but I think that is bullshit as well, right? And the reason I do is because we put so much junk into our bodies. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about this. We put so much processed sugar. We put, a lot of different things that don't belong in the human body in such large quantities.
Even milk.
I don't know.
Milk does not belong in the body.
Milk?
You don't need
It's
it.
debatable. Dairy is a big part of human consumption anywhere you look in the world, right? Anywhere. From the Maasai in Africa.
I don't know much about this, I will shut up. But
No. No. And
no, I don't want to say something on camera which basically is not true. So yeah, but I mean, you do not need milk for human babies, you know?
I mean, you need mother's milk, right?
Yeah, you do, but
Yeah.
like just cow's milk,
Yeah.
you actually do not need it.
Yeah, right. But all right. So, what's the difference between putting in cow's milk and literally taking a shrub off the ground like kale and saying that's a superfood? I'm going to put that in my body, right? I mean, look. This is, and there are people that disagree or agree with us, and you guys are welcome, right? To tell us. And I think the hallmark of a man is when he finds new information, he changes the way he thinks about the world, right? Muhammad Ali said it the best, that if you think just as you did at the age of 50, as you did at 30, you've wasted 20 years of your life, right? So I welcome it, man. You know, I know there's a lot of vegetarians out there, vegans.
Welcoming change.
Yeah, so
That's our
maybe we'll talk about this later, but
tagline on this
yes.
episode. Welcoming change.
I love nature. I want to be in it. A vacation in nature would be amazing.
Oh, Lord.
I would. But there's so many things, again, like the morning routine, right? Like you want to do,
Yeah.
and that you just get overwhelmed by the amount of things that you want to do.
And then you don't do it.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
a good habit, building skill
Yeah.
is
But-
necessary.
So back to vacation.
Yeah.
I love nature too.
Yeah.
But I feel it really overwhelming to be outside and in the sun for long hours, or
Sure.
just being uncomfortable and just not being able to, you know what I'm saying, do what we do in a normal vacation to it, like a nice hotel, whatever. But I mean, I would not mind a hike or just doing fun things, but I do not want to go somewhere which is either hot
Sure.
or somewhere by the beach. Yeah,
And
somewhere
that's
I
a
can just
personal
relax.
preference. You grew
Exactly.
up in a really hot place too.
I did, and that's why I do not like.
Really?
No, I don't.
So your idea of vacation is like snow.
Somewhere cold. Yeah,
Somewhere
that's what you
cold.
grew up with. So then you're like,
That's mad.
I want to
That's-
go somewhere
that's
that's nice and cold, and I mean it's just engraved, right? Like
Yeah.
hot is not good, but that's not true.
Sure. Yeah.
So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
do you think that how some people work in night better than morning?
Yeah.
Like I personally work. I do work really well at nighttime, but I feel like I don't do anything. I don't get anything done. So then I started changing my routine to becoming a morning person, but I feel like I'm stuck in the middle. So
Yeah.
I don't know how many people go through this, but I love being up at night. That's me time, in the time you think and you want to do things and you actually get things created. Like your creative brain gets awake.
And there's scientific evidence for that, right?
I get through so many ideas. Oh, I'm going to do this, and then I feel like that just staying up late does not work well with my body anymore.
Yeah, dude, because you have a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and then when you wake up in the morning, you still wake up and you're like, I'm a morning person, not early. But then the whole day, you're like a slob.
I'm not an anything person.
So I'm not.
That's what it seems like. I'm not an anything person.
So you know that, it's just really,
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
But you know, like some people were made to be, they just have this predisposition, right? Or this tendency, right, naturally to be a morning person.
Yeah.
And then some of them have it to be a night owl.
Yeah.
Right?
People like us who are trying to figure out a kind of,
So like all my life, I think I was like really early on, I was a morning person.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. And then,
you're still a morning person.
And then with like college, right? And high school, I became like a night person. Because like that's when everything happened.
Yeah.
And then now,
so you're split between like
I'm like
worlds.
going back, yeah. So nature versus nurture. Tune in next time.
Nurture.
Or whenever we talk
next
about
episode.
This. Yeah.
I mean, so many things. But you guys let us know, like, what do you prefer? Or are you guys also in the same boat as us? Like, are you in the middle of a morning and night routine? What works well for you guys? But I feel like night works well for me in terms of doing things in my creative zone.
Yeah.
But I know everything else has to be done in the morning.
Right.
So not being able to do that leaves me in a day very tired.
Mm-hmm.
And basically with a brain fog, thinking that, oh, I didn't do anything. I'm basically wasted the whole day kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Do you agree, or like
I do.
Something else?
I do. honestly, like, and I want to know what you guys think.
Mm-hmm.
How do you stay, right? How do you stay with all the habits that you're doing, right? Your morning routine, right? And there's like a lot of emphasis now placed on your self-care, right? So how do you balance self-care, work, your obligations, working, you know,
that also,
all of these things, like how do you balance them so that they don't overwhelm you and they actually end up helping you out, right? Let us know in the comments, because I will read them. Yes. I'm really trying to figure this out for myself.
Yeah, it'll be like a therapy, reading it.
For sure.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
No, but also like I feel like these things kind of, dictates a lot of other things in your life. Like even just for example, working out. Do you believe that working out in the day is better or at night? Like some people work out at nighttime or like in the evening time. I personally don't think it works for me. So I personally like working out in the morning, first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's when I get that energy boost and I can still get some things done. Yeah. But if I work out at like 4 or 5, I get tired.
It's like
worse.
Your body is a beautiful thing, man. Because early on when you wake up and when you start your day off with good cardio exercise, it's shown to like shower certain parts of your brain that are great for memories, great for memory formation. Right. So there's that. But then your testosterone, your energy levels are actually higher during, like towards like 11 hours after you wake up or later on in the day. And how do you balance all of this stuff to form like the optimal, like self-care or day?
Not like a day, but like something like a fulfilled day. Like something you think that, okay, this day was great. I got this done, I got that done, and I still feel good. Yeah. You're not tired or exhausted. In your mentally or physically. I think if that happens, that would be great.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody's trying to get to that.
Everybody is, and I think that's a great goal. Yeah. But we also need to accept, that sometimes it's okay to be imperfect. Yes. Right? We're never going to come across a perfectly good schedule. No. We're never going to come across perfectly good habits.
Cristiano Ronaldo takes 7. Fun fact, Ronaldo is a soccer player.
Sure.
Everybody knows him. He takes 7 naps a day for an hour and a half each.
Wait, 7 naps?
Throughout the day, I think.
So does he not
Check it on
sleep
Google.
at night?
So that's what I heard or read, that in the whole day he takes 7 naps and they're hour and a half each. Either that or he takes 7 naps for 15 minutes each throughout the day.
15 minutes sounds more reasonable.
Something like that.
This dude's playing
check
soccer games. He was sleeping in the middle of the soccer
He has
game.
some kind of weird like sleeping schedule routine where he keeps his body going. Like he has that. He gets that. Naps basically work really well.
Yeah.
For everybody. I feel like everybody should take a 10 to 15 minute nap in the day. Like that just reboosts. Because when you wake up, your brain's basically like.
And a lot of cultures,
all of that stuff is gone. Like your monkey mind's turned off. Then people say in the morning waking up is best and blah blah blah. And then again, some people say creativity is always in the nighttime.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the morning, your brain has not a lot of other things going on.
Sure, yeah.
So you're free of that.
Yeah. I think, a lot of cultures around the world have this idea of an afternoon nap.
Yes, Yes.
In Spain, they have the siesta. They have the qailula, right? In like the Muslim world, I think. Yes, yeah. Or in like South Asia, at least they do, and the Middle East, they do. So like these naps are built into the schedule. But
it should be.
The modern world.
The modern world does not allow you to take
has brought you to us, but also a lot of crap. Right?
We're here to cut the crap.
And we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Honestly. But yeah, I think if a nap could be incorporated in the day, I feel like that day would be much better. But that hardly happens. Honestly. As much as I want to, I feel like I'm always just like, can I? But it never happens.
Yeah.
That's my story.
Yeah.
But it should be added.
It should. But also, man, what was I saying before I got cut off by you? No. So I mean, like, you gotta accept the fact that sometimes it's imperfect, right? And when you sit with that imperfection, right, then just.
I think when you sit with that imperfection, I just want to say this. If you sit with that imperfection, it just makes you worry less. And it kind of gives you that peace of mind that it's okay if the whole day was not the way I planned it, but I had a good day. Manifest it into the world and you will have a great day and you will have a great day.
Yeah, like as messy as it is, be with it. Just be with it.
Exactly. If you're just being there, in whatever feelings you are getting at the moment, I think you will worry less. I feel like I worry too much about what's going to happen.
Anyway, it's not, like these things, right? Take them in stride. And it's a very difficult thing to do, but the more you do it, the easier they become. And don't be so hard on yourself if the first time you don't get it, if the 100th time you don't get it. Each time, right? You're getting closer to this goal, or you're getting closer to being better at handling really any situation that comes your way.
And reaching the goal you think is perfect.
Yeah. And knowing that perfection is not necessary. You can sit with a bunch of bullshit and still be okay, right, in your life.
But if you tell yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And man, you know what, to close it off, right, is that I really like this idea of manifest, right? And I'm sure that when you tell yourself positive things,
it's the same thing, right? Yeah.
There's a tendency for them to occur. Just like, if you tell yourself, don't think about pizza.
You will think about
pizza. It's popping into your brain all the time. Yeah. And eventually, I'm guessing, you do actions that lead to more pizza, right? So, let us know what you guys think about manifesting, and all these
vacation
other
spots.
things. Yeah. And that habit question that I posed to you guys earlier.
Oh yeah, that's our question for you guys for this time around. Yeah. Do you think that habit forming is good or not?
Well, habit forming is good, but how do you stop yourself, or how do you build like a real, all-encompassing schedule that doesn't burn you out? Mm-hmm. That's the
your
question.
tips for us.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, we're here to learn from you guys. And this is kind of like an outlet for us.
And letting you guys know what we think about things. It's good to have different perspectives. Yeah. Like, I have something else in my mind. Like, everybody has their own way of looking at things. So what is your way of looking at this topic?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that even when you don't agree with things, right? to hear somebody else's viewpoint.
That takes a lot.
And I think like that's something that's completely gone from our, at least American society today.
It's
right?
always what you think.
Right? It's always, what I'm saying is the best, what I'm saying is right. Listen, I believe a certain way, but those beliefs are based on certain knowledge. If you can show me something else,
You can
right?
try to change
then
somebody's
you can
mind.
change, right?
Right.
But also know that that change is not going to occur just like that, right?
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady.
Yeah, but to take somebody else's, to listen to somebody else's point of view, and even thinking that, yeah, maybe I could be wrong, that takes a lot,
It's also
and
an art
again,
form. Yeah.
going back to what you said before, it comes with age, man.
Yes.
As you grow older, you get wiser, and you're more open to other people's point of views.
Yeah.
And you want to learn and change, and because you somewhere think that maybe what I'm doing is not right. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
guess.
Yeah, you're open to other people's point of views, and you're like,
But
okay,
that's
give it
that.
to me.
I don't even know if that comes with age. That just comes with being a good human being, right? To know that people are different, man. People got different.
Yeah, but when you're
needs.
young, you don't like.
When you're young, but yeah, what is young though? Is a 26-year-old person young anymore? No, they're not. They're just a dipshit if they don't sit down and hear you out. I just saw this clip of this 60-year-old man yelling at some 16-year-old kid.
Oh my god!
Right? About something oh, I'm not listening to you. I'm right, and I'm man,
Oh my god!
this is childish, right?
That is.
You can be a child at any age, right? And just because you're old doesn't necessarily mean you have wisdom. These things take work.
They come from within.
They come from within, but they come from work. Inner work, outer work, whatever work you want to call it. Yeah.
Inner work. Yeah, I like that word better.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yes, all right.
That's a wrap.
Hamza.
Aruj.
That's Aruj. And thank you guys for listening
Tuning in
to us talk.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. And let us know how you're doing. Subscribe, like. If you
comment.
want. If you don't also
Please like.
comment. Also comment. No,
Please comment,
whatever.
Let us know. Yeah.
No pressure. Don't feel pressure. You got this. All right? Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Peace out.
I hope you're not planning to